Welcome. When you're going through life, hard shit is always gonna happen because that what makes you better. That what makes you and your life more interesting. Because if you don't go through anything in life, you won't be able to value anything in life. And if you don't go through any hardships, any suffering, you will never be able to become stronger. The same way that if you don't go to the gym and lift the weight that you aren't able to handle, then you won't be able to grow any muscle. Let that sink in. Because every single time I've met someone, they always bitch and complain about other people, saying to themselves, "Oh, bro, I'm going through a hard time." You should be happy that you're going through a rough time, a hard time, because when you become successful, when you achieve success, you are going to look back on this and say to yourself, "I made it," and you're gonna have a story to tell. You're gonna have stories to tell, and once you overcame them, once you overcome them, you're gonna be way smarter than you are right now. So I'm gonna give you tips on how to actually overcome hardships in life and how to stay true to yourself even during the hardest times of your life. First, you need to have clear goals, clear reasons, and clear dreams, ambitions. If you don't really know where you're going, then every single time you're faced with a dead end, you're gonna think, okay, this is the end of the road. I won't be able to continue this road, so let me get on the different road. But there's a way out of this, you know, roadblock. So you need to have already put out like a vision path going to one destination to another, which represents your dreams, your goals, your ambitions, and you know the path that you are taking is the right one. Because if you don't know which path that you're taking, let alone if you are hesitant about it, how do you expect to become better? And how do you expect to actually keep going when you're faced with hard challenges? Second one is to have reasons. If you don't have a reason to keep going forward when it comes to anything in life, you will never be able to stay consistent. Because if I told you to, go through this box of fucking, you know, rubbish every single day, you're not gonna do it because you don't have a reason to do it. Same way that if I told you to go and make money, because money gives you food, money gives you clothes, money gives you anything in life, you're gonna now work because the reason made it tempting. So if you don't have a strong reason behind anything in life, you will never be able to actually do anything about it. And how to actually have a strong reason is you write down your goal, right beside or right under the goal, write down your reasons why you want to achieve them, why you want to do it. First, I'm gonna give you an example. Let's just say I want to become a good basketball player. Right under it, you need to type something similar to "I need to become the best" or like a good basketball player to join NBA and make money so I can buy my mom a car that she's always wanted, or I can contribute to my family because they are the biggest, one of the biggest things that I really cherish and admire, or whatever it is for you. Or you just want to become successful and rich because you are extremely poor. And if you don't have a strong reason, you won't bother. You won't bother facing that obstacle. You're just gonna go back to your fucking bed and sleep. But the guy is gonna do this all of the time once he decides to actually overcome that roadblock. So, how do you stay true to yourself? You know what your intentions are, you know what your goals are, you know your reasons behind it. And the third one, you need to appreciate the hardships that come in your life. As I've said in the beginning, you need to actually look at the hardships as the stepping stones in life. Sure, when I face hardships, I bitch about it. I get sad and mad about it. But deep down, I need to thank God for giving me something to actually work with. Because at the end of the road, at the end of the tunnel, I become way better. I think that when I was going through the roughest, the toughest part in my entire life, overcoming it made me so much better. And I think the same way that can be applied to you. If you're going through a rough time, a tough time, You need to look at yourself in the mirror and say, once I'm gonna overcome it, I'm gonna become better. Fourth one is you need to be able to stay true to yourself. And how do you stay true to yourself? Is that you need to build some kind of evidence that you are that guy. I really hate using that word, that guy, I'm that guy, oh, I'm that guy. But you need to be able to look at yourself and say to yourself, I am the person. Because if you always woke up at 6 a.m. for let's just say 3 years straight, and you ran for an hour every single day, no matter the weather, no matter the season, every single day, coupled with, let's just say, cold showers, and you did MMA on the side, you worked on your business for 3 years straight, and you became successful, when you're faced with something bad, we often go into our weakest state. That's what our mind does. That's what my mind did many times. And we think that we aren't the person that, is able to actually overcome those. We think that we are weak, we're weaklings, and we have no strength. But that's not true. It's gonna sound pretty funny, but when I first started, exercising and doing fitness and such, when I wanted to skip gym or I felt weak, you know what I did to make myself more consistent on this journey? I literally took off my shirt and I flexed for like 5 minutes, and I was now motivated to push through, because sometimes I felt really weak. I said to myself, nah, we're too weak, we won't be able to lift today, or I feel tired because I'm weak and such. But once I saw my body, I know that time I was just a fucking skinny bitch, but that still made me push myself, because I know deep down that I put in the reps, I put in the repetition, I put in the sets. And once you build some kind of evidence to back up that you are the person that you always wanted to be, or is striving for, the person that you always want to build, just because it's here and you're here doesn't mean that you are superior than the person that isn't here. No, you are here once you used to be here. So you need to appreciate how far you've come, and you need to appreciate the roadblocks you have in your way, because those are stepping stones, and the stepping stones that you have are cool and cool stories. I've heard so many millionaires and billionaires talk about their stories, bro. It's gonna make me tear up, but once I truly become someone who is successful, I'll have so many fucking great stories to share. But now no one's gonna fucking listen. No one's gonna sit down and listen to what I have to say, because I'm not that important. So you need to be able to stay consistent on anything in life to make it in life. Because life is all about repetition. Repetition after repetition. I've learned this from, lifting. Everything comes from repetition. You need to do it every single time, no matter how you feel like it. No matter how bad you feel going through something. And last tip that I'm going to give you when it comes to facing hardships is that once you're faced with hardships, you need to identify what those hardships are, and you need to actually learn from those examples as I've told you, and you need it to have inside of your mind, because once you know that this is what you need to do when you're faced with something, once you're faced with something less hard or something that is harder, you now know that you overcame that, you can overcome that, you can overcome this as well. And being smart is the rate that you can learn something. As I've told you, I think it was the last one. If I show you a red card, I know it's not a card, but a red card, and then I slap you in the face. If I show you a red card and then I slap you in the face. If I show you a red card and you duck, that means that you've learned. That becomes you are smart. But if I did that 100 times and you still don't duck, that means that you are... What did I do? Okay, that means that you are dumb. And most of the people are the same way. I'm certainly not smart, because I've done the same thing over and over again. But use that to your own advantage, bro. And I hope to see you better in life. I hope to see you actually make it in life. And one day, I truly hope that you're gonna message me saying, bro, I made it in life. That's what I strive for. I need to actually give the people hope and, advice that they need. I'm not certainly qualified or experienced, but I'm just sharing my thoughts, my opinions, what I believe on self-improvement. If you really like what I have to say, just like it. Anyways, I'm gonna head out now. See you, bro.